So the word foresightedness means Islam is not a way of life that is based on blind following, contrary to what people say. Maybe you can say it about other religions, but not about Islam. And a lot of people make that mistake, subhanAllah. Islam is what we call the religion of truth, or the way of life of truth. It's also called the natural way. Islam is called the natural way. It is not named after anybody or anything or any tribe or any person. It is a description and a noun. It is a verb and a noun and a description on its own, which means one who submits and surrenders to only God and Allah. Brothers and sisters, another verse in the Quran, which inshallah I'll bring, is an advice from Luqman to his son, but we'll get to that in a minute inshallah. So brothers and sisters, why did I start? Because there is nothing in Islam that does not make sense to the natural self and to the natural mind and the intellect. And Islam did not come to tell us to close our eyes and our ears and our brain and not think. Islam did not come to tell us not to discuss or to even question. Some people think that you're not allowed to ask questions in Islam or to question Islam. Well, it depends what you mean by that. To question out of rudeness, as if you know better than God, with a motive of your own or an agenda, is one way. And to question so that you can understand and know, and then to give your opinion if you like, that's fine. If you're a Muslim, Allah's words and His messenger is final, because when you believe that Allah is the knower of everything and Muhammad ﷺ is His messenger, there's no need to debate with them. Otherwise you have made yourself equal to the knowledge of God. And do you recall the story of Iblis, Satan? In the beginning, Satan, Iblis, who was with the rank of the angels, God talks to us in the Quran, in Surah Al-Baqarah and other verses very clearly. And there's a big debate that happens between God, Allah, and Iblis, Satan, when he created Adam. You all know the story of when Allah told him to bow to Adam, and all the angels bowed except for Satan. Iblis, he refused, and he said, I am better than him because you made me out of fire and you made him out of soil, out of earth, out of clay, and fire is better than clay. A lot of people ask, well, what's the big deal? I mean, he just had pride. He just disobeyed God. Why did he become a disbeliever? The reason he became a disbeliever, brothers and sisters, are two reasons. Number one, he would not accept God's plan and His command. He doesn't accept it. And when you don't accept God's plan and command, it means that you are saying automatically you know better than God's plans and God's commandments. Which effectively brings us to the second thing. Iblis is saying, I am better than him, meaning, oh God, what you are commanding me to do is unjust, which means that he believes God is unjust and he is more just than God. So two things: more knowledgeable than God, more fair and just than God. And there are lots of these types of people here on earth. They feel that it's not fair what God says. Well, then there's something wrong. You need to review how to believe in God and who God is. Allah says in the Quran, وَمَا قَدَرُ اللَّهَ حَقَّ قَدْرِهِ. They truly have not given God His due worth of how it should be thought about. Anyway, brothers and sisters, in Islam, everything is based on reasoning, contemplation, reflection, using our mind, sight, hearing. That's what Allah says in the Quran.